Hello, good morning. Last time we seen about the half adder. Okay, so we designed the half adder circuit by using the truth table. Now we are going to see the full adder. So half adder adds 2 bits and generates sum and carry output. Okay, so here a full adder which adds 3 bits and generates sum and carry output. So why we required to add 3 bits? Because if we add 2-bit binary to 4-bit binary numbers, okay, so this is a 4-bit binary number. If you add 2 4-bit binary numbers, then if there is a generate a carry, so 1 plus 1 0 generates a carry, because 1 plus 1 is 2, 0, it is 1 0. Okay, so 1 plus 1 is 0 generates a carry. So in this case we need to add 3 bits. So this is 1 bit, second bit, and this is a carry from the previous column. So that's why we write here an. N is the number of the column. So this is the a bit, an. So this is bn, so this is the b bit, and this is a carry from the previous column. So that's why we written here cn minus 1. Okay, so this is the full adder which is used to add 3 bits and generate sum and carry output. So this is a requirement to add 3 bits. So that's why we are going to design a full adder circuit. Okay, so we can, so like that we can design the full adder circuit by using truth table also, as well as there is another logic. So same logic we are going to use here. Okay, by adding 3 bits we use the same logic here and generates a logic diagram for the full adder. So first we are going to design a full adder by using a truth table. So full adder, okay, so full adder using truth table. Okay, by using logic. Okay, so logic is truth table logic. Truth table logic. Okay, so by using truth table we are going to design a full adder circuit. Okay, so let us draw the, see the truth table of full adder. So full adder has inputs an, bn, and cn minus 1, so which is carry from the previous column. So it has outputs sum and carry output. Okay, so this is a truth table of the full adder. So possible combinations are 0 0 0, 0 0 1, 0 1 0, 0 1 1, then 1 0 0, 1 0 1, 1 1 0, and last 1 1 1. So these are the input possible combinations which is shown in the truth table. Okay, so let us see the output. 0 plus 0 plus 0, so we get sum 0 and carry also 0. Here 0 plus 0 0, 0 plus 1 sum 1 and carry 0. So here 0 plus 1 plus 0, so 0 plus 1 is 1, 1 plus 0 is 1, so you get 1, carry 0. So here 0 plus 1 is 1, 1 plus 1 is sum 0, carry 1. Why it appears like this? So 1 plus 1 is 0 with the carry 1, because 1 plus 1 is 2, so 1 0 is nothing but in binary it is 1 0 is 2, so that's why carry is 1, sum is 0. So here also we get sum 1, carry 0. Here also 2, so that's why we get sum 0 then carry 1. So here also 2, so we get sum 0 then carry 1. So here 1 plus 1 plus 1, so 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 1 is 3, so equivalent of 3 is 1 1. Okay, correct. So 1 plus 1 is 2, 2 plus 1 is 3. So the equivalent of 3 in binary is 1 1. So it has a sum 1 and carry 1. Okay, so this is the full adder truth table. Now we are going to observe like we are design the half adder by using the truth table. Like that we just observe these output columns and we are going to design the full adder. So it has three inputs, an, bn and cn minus 1. Sorry, if we observe the sum output, so here output is sum is 1. Okay, when you get 1, so here also 1, so here is 1. So then first design the carry output condition. So when we will get the carry, okay, so when the inputs are 2, then get the carry. So here 2 inputs are 1, we get the carry. So here 2 inputs are 1, we get the carry. So here 3 inputs are 1, we get a carry. Okay, then here say for sum, if there is 1 input, we get 1. If there is 1 input, we get 1. If there is 2 inputs are 1, we get a 0. There is 1 input, we get 1. Okay, then from sum output we can conclude that if number of inputs, okay, if even number of inputs are 1, then output becomes 0. So here is 0. So here 2, then output is 0. Here is also 2, output is 0. Here is 2, then output is 0. So this is nothing but from the sum column we conclude that the sum output becomes 1 when even number of inputs are at a 1 position. Okay, that means this is a logic of XOR gate. Okay, so when even number of inputs, so this is odd number of input 1 present, 1, so we get 1. So here also odd number. Okay, so here also odd number of input 1, so we get 1. So here even number of input, we get 0. Here even number of inputs are 1, we get 0. Here odd number of inputs are 1, we get 1. That means if odd number of inputs are 1, we get output 1, and if even number of inputs are 1, then we get 0. It is just like a XOR gate. So like that for some output we use XOR gate. So it has inputs an, bn, cn minus 1. So these are the 3 inputs. Okay, so these 3 inputs are connected as the input of XOR gate to generate some output. Okay, so we connect this to the input of XOR gate so that we get some output. Okay, so this is the logic from the sum output. If odd number of inputs are 1, then output 1. If even number of inputs are 1, then output 0. We seen about this XOR gate already. Okay, so we get this one. So it is the sum output is nothing but output of XOR gate. Okay, then observe the carry output. So here carry is 1. When it will be 1? When B and C input are 1. When it will be 1? When A and C input are 1. When it will be 1? When A and B input are 1. So we get a carry output when B and C input are 1, or A and C input are 1, or A and B input are 1, or all 1. Okay, so this is the condition which appears between this or this or this condition. Okay, so this happens with this condition. So we just avoid this condition because this comes with one of this condition. Okay, so output carry becomes 1 when both the inputs are 1. Okay, so B and C input are 1. Carry input is 1 when A and C input are 1. carry input is 1 when A and B input are 1. So what sentence I said? Carry is 1. So I am writing here. Okay, so carry is 1 when here first condition B and C are 1, or A and C are 1, or carry is 1 when A and B are at 1 position. So here equal to 1. When B and C both are 1, you will get carry 1, or A and C are 1, we get carry 1, or A and B are 1, then we get a carry. All are, that is all are 1. So this condition appears here, here and here also. So that's why we just put a signs now here. So and means dot sign, or mean plus sign, okay, and means dot sign, or mean plus sign, A dot B, okay. So just you have to AND the operation of BC, AC, AB. So right here first BC, which operation? BC AND, then AC, so here also AND operation, then AB, so here also AND operation. So here we will get B dot C, here we will get A dot C, here we will get A dot B, and or. So you have to put the sign plus plus here because of the or. So you have to use OR gate. Okay. So this is the full adder circuit. We use here truth table logic. Okay. By using truth table, we built a full adder circuit. So in theory you can write this one, okay, but in practical we use another circuit which is by using logic, different logic. So now we are going to see the another full adder circuit, full adder using addition logic. Okay, so the full adder is used to add 3 bits, 1 bit, this is second bit and third bit. Okay, consider all 3 bits are 1, 1 and 1. How you are going to perform this addition? So first you are going to add 2 bits, 1 plus 1 0, you will get carry 1. Okay, so this is sum and this is the carry output. So then third bit you have to add in the sum, so you will get 0 plus 1 1, you will get 1. So this is the addition. What you perform? You first add 2 bits. Okay, you first add 2 bits, then add third bit into the sum output. Okay, so this is the logic, addition logic. So first we add 2 bits, then whatever the carry generated, then you have to add third bit into the sum. So by using the same, we design a circuit. Okay, so here we get a carry first, then add here 0 1, you will get 1, and this carry is here. Okay, so you can use, this is a final carry, and this is the final sum output. So that's why we need two half adders. So here we use one half adder which is going to add 2 bits, and here also we use another half adder which adds some output of first adder into the third bit. Okay, so we can design like this. So there are 3 bits, an and bn. So for the first two you have to use half adder. Okay, so you use half adder first. It generates sum and carry output. Half adder first. Okay, first half adder. Then there is another bit which is carry from the previous column, Cn minus 1. So this sum output sorry, the sum output is added in the third bit by using another half adder. So this we use second half adder. Okay, so this half adder adds this carry from the previous column and sum output. Okay, so after that this half adder 2 also generates sum output. Okay, so this second half adder generates a sum output which is a final sum output. Okay, then second half adder is also having a carry output. Then what, there is only one carry, single carry output. So if we see the full header diagram, block diagram, so there is a single carry output, but here we get 2 carry outputs. Then if we see this addition, either carry may be generated in a first half adder or in a second half adder. So not it generates carry is not generated at both the additions. Okay, if we see the different combinations of these 3 bit 1, 2 and 3, you find that either carry is generated at this position or at this position. Okay, if you see the different combinations 1, 1, 0, 0, 1 like that, so either carry generated at this combination or at this combination. Okay, either here or here. So we said or, that means we use here OR gate. Okay, so we here use OR gate, which is a carry out. Okay, you seen this? So half adder first, which add a and bn, these are 2 bits from the same column. Then the first half adder generates sum and carry output. So the third bit, which is carry from the previous column, is added in the sum output of half adder. Okay, then this is the final sum output. Then 2 half adders are having carries, so there may be carry generated at this position or at this position. So we use OR gate and you will get the final carry output. Okay, so this is the full adder circuit by using this addition logic. So we can design 2 circuits for full adder. So this is for by using truth table logic, and this is for by using addition logic. Okay, so this is nothing but half adder. So you know the half adder circuit. Okay, so you carry output XOR. Okay, so this is the half adder circuit. So we can also substitute here half adder flow. Okay, half adder 2. So this is the full adder. Okay, so there is another uh, we can say that there is another characteristic of XOR gate. So we are using here XOR gate. So first use of XOR gate, we seen the parity checker. Okay, so it is used for parity checker. Then second one, this XOR gate is used in half and full adder. Okay, then third one, there is another characteristic that means we can say that application of XOR gate which is used as controlled inverter. So this is another applications of XOR gate. Okay, so application of XOR gate, so it is used for parity checker, then half adder, it is used for half and full adder, and it is used as a controlled inverter. So we can see the XOR gate as a controlled inverter. So you very well know that inverter has only one input. So inverter means not gate. Okay, not or we can say that inverter. So this inverter or not gate which has only one input and one output. But here we can use this XOR gate as a controlled inverter. Controlled inverter means what? We can control the inversion action. Okay, so see here, so it is a XOR gate, so it has two inputs, but inverter has only one input. So we consider one of the input of XOR gate as the input of inverter, so we called as input E. Then what we are going to use this another input, we use this another input to control, okay, to control the inversion action. Okay, to control the inversion action we use this another. So that means if we change the state at the control input, the relation between this input and output get changed. Okay, let us see the truth table of XOR gate. So which has inputs say A and B input, and output is Y. Okay, if both inputs are 0, we will get output 0. If A is 0 and B is 1, we get output 1. Okay, so A is 1, B is 0, we get output 1. If A is 1 and B is 1, we get output 0. So this is the XOR gate. If both the inputs are at same position, we get output 0. Okay, not so this is the XOR gate. So we named this A input as a control input. So it is control input. Okay, so we named this A input as a control input and this B input as a, so here we named as a input. We name here A, that's why we put a name here. Okay, so this is why if we observe the relation between this now input A and output. Okay, so here when A is 0 and B input, that is A input is 0, we will get 0. Okay, so if B becomes 1, we will get becomes 1. That means for these two condition, if A is 0 position, we will get B0 same as Y output. B1 it is same as y output. So in this condition, so we consider this action as nothing but buffer. Buffer means y becomes equal to input. Okay, so if we consider these two conditions, then what happens? If a is 1, if a is 1, if b is applied 0, you will get 1. If b is 1, then you will get output 0. So for these two combination, it acts like a inverter. Okay, so y is equal to complement of input. Okay, so this is the truth table of XOR gate, but we think some differently. If a input is 0, output becomes the input of this. Okay, 0 0 1 1. If a input is 1, then we get inverted. So by referring this, we write the truth table of this circuit now, which is known as a controlled inverter. So truth table inputs are, so here is control, okay, and here another input is input A. So output is y. So when control is 0, if we made control 0, okay, then you will get buffer like action. So input and output are same. So if a input is 0, we will get 0. If a input is 1, you will get 1. If control is 1, so here consider this one. If control is 1, you will get, when b is 0, you will get inversion action. So if it is 0, you will get 1. If control is 1, so here if you apply 1, you will get 0. So this is a controlled inverter. So this inversion action between y and a input is controlled by this control input. So control is 0, you will get same output. So it is, we can add it is buffer. Buffer means y equal to a. So here when control input is 1, we will get inversion. So for this we get inverter action, y equal to a complement. So therefore this is called as controlled inverter. Okay, we'll stop here now.